One of my heroes was the architect Cedric Price, who is very famous for saying technology is the answer, but what's the question? Right? And the thing about modular design and design for manufacturing and assembly, if you keep asking them the wrong question, you won't get any benefit. But what's really interesting is spotting the opportunity for manufactured housing to actually change the question. So what is the question? Actually, I think it's how we procure and who procures. So what's happening now is that we're now getting to a point where there's a huge variety of different methods of manufacturing homes, right? From volumetric things to cross-laminate timber to small-scale panel construction. They're all great, right? They all have different uses. But what we see is kind of missing is, or rather what we think is happening at the moment, we're just taking these technologies and we're bolting them onto the same paper-based supply chain that we've been using all along, the same kind of defunct procurement methods, right? And therefore we're not getting the benefit. So the next question is, well, why did we use those procurement methods in the first place? It was partly because we lived in the age of paper, not in the age of the web, right? And we have the internet now, so we may as well use it. But it was also to do with risk, right? Is that because buildings are such complicated and risky things to make, we rely on a small number of speculative developers to take on that risk for us. Now that's fine, but there's so many other ways that we could be building, so many other ways that we could be investing, from housing associations to build to rent to custom build and community-led development, right? So now what's really interesting about those forms of development is that they really, really want these tools. They want to build the most sustainable homes they can, as quickly as they can, and they want to build the best houses that they can, which will be the best value over the whole life of the home. So that's the really exciting thing about what we can potentially unlock here, is unlocking these new sectors, like what we call the long tail, many, many small sites, many, many small projects, building really sustainable, high quality homes and investing in them. And we'll only do that if we get down to reinventing the operating system. I think the policy is there, but the practice isn't necessarily there, right? We're used to working within the same old models, like from the level of central government all the way down through to individual businesses. We're used to a world where construction is characterized by a QS sucking their teeth at you, right? We're not used to the alternative. So it's going to take time, right? For the technology's already here, actually. What now needs to happen is the kind of getting used to the behavior change.